Welcome to my new cast. I'm Stefania Barraza, and today we're going to be talking about the changes that Barranquilla has had in the last decade. The process of urban and social transformation of the capital of Atlántico didn't happen overnight. Barranquilla improves many of its sustainability indicators, while others pose significant challenges, and some others haven't even been measured yet. These are the results so far. After a long period of stagnation, the industrial sector of Barranquilla has been showing signs of recovery. Statistics show that industry had some reasonable good years, and it is again one of the major economic engines of the city. The growth rates are still under the national average, and the positive effects of the labor markets are modest. The relatively low capacity to create jobs can be explained by the fact that the leading sectors are mostly composed of big companies with high capacity intensity and export vocation. Barranquilla is in fact more open to international markets than other cities, even though the domestic market is still by far the most important one. Regarding the location of industry, concentration around the metropolitan area of Barranquilla is increasing. Malambo and Soledad are the municipalities that increase their share the most. The neighborhoods where industry grew the most are Las Flores, Zona Franca, Sociedad Portuaria, and their influence areas. The program Barrios a la Obra has built more than 1,000 road sections, equivalent to nearly 350 linear kilometers, in 150 neighborhoods in the 5 localities of the city, substantially improving the quality of life of the citizens and increasing the value of their properties. These new roads have brought basic services to those sectors where access used to be almost impossible. Fixing the streams was also one of the things that changed Barranquilla the most in terms of infrastructure. This plan included the channeling of 66 kilometers of streams with an investment unprecedented in the history of the city to prevent flooding in southern neighborhoods and economic losses to the city. One of the works that most reflects the transformation of Barranquilla is the Gran Malecón to the Magdalena River. Since its opening in 2017, it has become the most attractive space for both locals and visitors as an ideal place for recreation, entertainment, sports practice, and gastronomic and tourist activities. In recent years, the celebration of the 23rd Central American and Caribbean Games left as a legacy to the people of Barranquilla with 13 new sports venues, with modern infrastructure meeting international standards, and in addition the stadiums to ensure the practices and competition of athletes, environments recovered, and equipped with green areas for public use. Barranquilla went from having a precarious health system to becoming a national model with a modernized public network in which 44 hospitals and health posts have been built and properly equipped in the 5 localities. The vision of the recent district administrations has been to achieve the welfare of children and young people with good nutrition, education with recreation and sports, as well as health and protected seniors, family with good health and social protection programs that reach from early childhood to the elderly and street dwellers. In the presentation of his government plan, current Mayor Jaime Pumarejo spoke of one of the topics that most generates pride to the Barranquilleros, which is Carnival of Barranquilla. On this, he indicated that the Carnival will have programs to encourage the makers, presentations every month, tourists who come to see the shows, and above all, the joy throughout the year, a contrast to the past when the makers did not receive much recognition for their contribution to this festival. One of the most challenging issues in terms of life quality is security. The average perception of safety in the last 10 years was 36%, and in 2017 in Barranquilla, it reached 42%, which is positive. However, the perception of insecurity also increased. The national average was 25%, while in the capital of Atlántico it was 29%. Barranquilla is the city with the highest number of official institutions in the A+ category among cities in Colombia. as a result of the great efforts made over the last 10 years to provide quality public education to all children and young people. With a sustained program of school infrastructure modernization, the district has improved the condition of its educational institutions, building more spacious and better equipped schools. Other elements that have improved the quality of education have been the expansion of coverage and the promotion of bilingualism. Public education, which has placed several schools in the districts among the best in Colombia, was adapted to the health emergency through strategies such as home education, the provision of connectivity equipment, and support with radio programs and text guides. In terms of poverty, figures continue to surprise. Back in 2008, 43% of locals were considered poor, while in 2017, only 20% were deemed so. 10 years ago, extreme poverty figures in Barranquilla were among the highest in the country, and by 2016, its ranking moved from 12th to 6th place. In environmental matters, Barranquilla is characterized by a humid climate and high temperature, hence the creation of the district program Siembra Barranquilla, which is oriented towards environmental sustainability. Putting an end to deforestation and improving the quality of air were some of the reasons that led the government of Barranquilla to undertake a plan to plant trees. This program has already planted 108,000 trees approximately, and will end the year with 34,000 more. The city's goal is to reach 250,000 adult trees planted, reducing the temperature and providing shading for all. If there is something that is transforming the lives of the people of Barranquilla, are the parks. Barranquilla has recovered, in a process of several administrations, about 300 spaces for recreation and enjoyment of the community, which are not only returning to places to share among neighbors, promoting healthy living habits, but are also generating a positive impact on the environment. The capital of Atlántico has grown rapidly, far more than what its inhabitants could have envisioned 10 years ago. It's clear that this is only the beginning, and there are issues that the city still needs to solve, such as security, health, and education, which have received a lot of attention and they have undoubtedly improved, but there are still pending tasks. It is important that Barranquilla and Atlántico continue to work in a strategy to strengthen their productive systems and, without doubt, to support businesses that have a positive impact on their people, so that the business sector is seen as it should be, an ally towards prosperity in our territory. We are at the end of our broadcast. Thank you for joining me and see you next time.